Hey, g'day guys, it's Calvin from the Cartoon Company. So you've done a body lift, well we've done a body lift, and all of a sudden the inner guards no longer are long enough and you're going to get mud and crap onto your engine. So here's a solution. The vehicle we're working on at the moment is this V8 Hilux. Started its life as a big 3.4, but of course we've put the Lexus in it, which is normal around here. Round here, at one point, there was this little plastic, pathetic guard. So we'll go around the left-hand side where this one came from. So this guard was up in here like so, held on with little pathetic plastic clips. But as we've done a lift, a 2-inch lift, we've actually gained more than 2 inches. Probably about 4 inches, 100 millimeters of lift, so it would have been sitting about there. So the solution is to make some new ones. I got in, and these are off the last one we did, and I sat down and I laid the, you see which one is the left, this is the left here. I got my piece of cardboard and I traced around it. You can see right here is where the trace went. I moved it up 2 inches and I traced around it again, leaving a kind of a shape, and I set it in place and I wasn't happy, so I added more to it. I've increased coming down to the bottom. I put a big new piece at the back and I've added going up to the front. So that gives you an idea of what I was trying to achieve out of my cardboard. I needed a bit more there, so I went and I added a bit more and taped it on, and I put an extra bracket on the back, so it really stops the mud and crap getting onto that engine. And I brought it in nice and close into the arms. This was actually off the last one I did, so this job, it's going to make this job much easier. We don't want to get too much mud and crap on the extractors or the headers, and heat-proof sleeving on the brake lines. It'll stop mud getting on there, and just generally keeping the mud out of the engine bay. We've then got this sheet of 3mm rubber. Laid our template out on it. Mike's going to get his favourite Black Panthers, which is kind of strange because you can see they're called Black Panthers, but they in fact are red. Your eyes aren't playing up. This isn't your favourite tool. Okay, this is his favourite quiet tool. So he's dropped his socket, his 10mm socket. We're good. We can keep going until he finds it and keeps making noise. With our rubber sheets cut out, so the original guards were held on by little tiny plastic clips, and the other ones are very light. We're putting much heavier material on here, so little plastic clips probably aren't going to be the go. Mike will be increasing the size of these holes, so he'll go through, pop a rib nut on all of those. He'll be drilling an extra hole into the body back here, and an extra hole in the chassis down in here somewhere. For those of you that don't know what a riv nut is,
it's a cross between a rivet and a nut.
You're correct. It's a cross between a rivet and a nut, as my esteemed colleague just pointed out. They look like this. So you push them in, you get the tool, like a rivet gun. They will swell up in this department here. They will expand, holding it tight, and there happens to be a thread in it. So like a little permanent insert with a thread. I'll show that process as we're going through it, because they're a really valuable device for solving problems, because I hate nuts and bolts in a lot of situations, especially like through a firewall or where you need two people to put it together. That's just a pain in the backside. I'm going to let Mike get into this job, and we'll do a couple of videos as he works his way through it, see how he's getting on. You having fun?
Yeah.
And you thought that when you went to kindergarten and they taught you how to use scissors, that it wouldn't be used
I didn't go
later in life?
kindergarten.
Ah, you didn't go to kindergarten. Play centre?
No.
You didn't go to play centre?
I had a stimulating life at home.
Yeah, stimulate. Did you get to play with scissors?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So that's what we're heading for. You are going to drill that hole in.
No.
And you've sorted out how to use the riv nut gun? Because I haven't actually showed you. Have I showed you how to use it?
No. That's
No.
pretty hard to figure out.
Well, lots of guys make stuff ups with them and they break them and they bend pieces and lots of stuff like that. I actually really like that one. That's a nice one to use, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much better than the other one.
And if you just pull that,
I just put. Ah.
you might have to turn it the last little bit, but if you get it right, you can pull that little bit.
Sure.
Ah, yeah, if you do it right, it does. Put it all the way in, push it back in. Now you have to turn it to get the last bit. But if you get it right, you can just turn that, and you just pull it and it pops out.
Yeah.
This one's pretty good, but I think we need to put some longer handles on it, or I need to get bigger muscles. But you don't get big muscles doing wiring. Nah. Awesome. Do I need to buy some more washers? Did you find it fun doing... Oh, that one pulled out. That's not ideal, eh? That's a bit like my missing aircon wire.
Yeah. Apart from mine's fixable.
I've done my wire now.
Have you?
Yeah, man. I have the tricks.
Yeah.
Though looks very good. It tucks in nicely at the front there. That tucks in behind there nicely.
No, it's meant to go in front.
Right, go in front. It looks lovely. Looks really good. That's cool. Is that going to stop the mud? Yeah, well, that'll stop the mud. You're right, it does look darker in here, doesn't it? That'll stop the mud and the crap. The poo, which you were normally flinging.
That's you.
The guards are all done. If you're looking at doing a body lift, you really should consider doing some inner guards like this to stop that mud and crap getting in there. And it's not too hard. Afternoon's work, and it'll all be done. So I hope that was helpful, and we'll catch you again.